I was looking at Facebook the other night and came across this meeting. And the comment, you can't hear anything the audience says, so I thought that's good. Hear what's up front. Because, you guys would ask me questions,
Oh.
and I'd answer it.
And you couldn't.
Couldn't hear me, so.
Jim, do you know where there's two coal mines in Spring Valley? You know one's across from, Western Sand and Gravel, it's on the north side. There's supposedly one on Northwestern, would you know where that is?
Yeah, I think it's all covered up. If you go out Northwestern Street, past, I don't know what the north-south street is, that was what they used to call number 3, out there. Obviously, where the park is, on the east end of St. Paul Street was mine number 1. Then the one that was on, I think, the other side of Western Sand, the north side of the tracks, Route 6 on Western Sand would have been number
Yeah.
2.
We found that Peter Loveland, the younger
Yeah.
Peter owns it.
And then number 3, it was on Northwestern Street.
Marquette Road, isn't it?
No, there is another one down on Marquette, that was actually the Marquette.
The Marquette.
But there's one, if you go out Northwestern Street in Spring Valley, you come to well, actually, there's a couple
So
stop
first-
signs now, but second stop sign, I think. And I think that road now may go up to that Valley Ridge subdivision to the north. But if you keep going straight past that stop sign, not very far, it would be on your left-hand side. But you wouldn't be able to tell it because they leveled it all out and it's become a park now.
Who would own it, would you?
I think the city does, but I'm not
Get
positive.
The guy that developed a process, he said China's bought all the rare earth minerals deposits, all over the world, worried about stupid stuff. And he developed a process, if it's got highly sulfuric water, it somehow takes the rare earth out of the coal, and he pumps it out, he puts it in his process, puts it in with pellets that attract these metals. And then he'll process the water, and you talk to him, Jim.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty, but he seems like he's a real guy.
So what does he sell?
Well, he would sell rare earth minerals, which we
Oh.
don't have anymore.
The rare earth,
Yeah, he takes it out of these coal mines.
yeah, the cadmium and,
Yeah,
if there's any,
he
platinum.
said it sells for like 3,000 a pound.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I've been on a lot of wild goose chases, hopefully it's not. But we have so much coal around here. Loveland's gonna sink a well and gonna give them water to see if it works.
It's highly sulfuric.
Yeah, it's called acid mine draining,
Yeah.
high in sulfur.
Well, I'll give him another minute, because I know he said he was coming. I don't know what's going on. Otherwise, we can start. We'll go with 5. We got 2
Yeah.
2 that are
Well,
absent spaces.
I think we.
You haven't heard him? Pardon?
You don't answer either phone.
Well, I wonder what's going on. Well, you might as
I
well
think we should
just start.
proceed.
Okay.
We'll call the meeting of the Oglesby Plan Commission to order.
Rivera,
Purposes?
okay, Rivera, here, Augubright, Del Valle, Opsel, Morse, Kleinert,
Here.
Wasilewski, Watson, Regazio,
Here.
Visick,
Here.
Greening.
Here.
We have 5, and we have 2 vacant positions, so we would have a quorum.
Right.
Just as a little bit of background.
First, I'd like to just say that the legal requirements for this meeting have been met. Publication was in the paper on January 2nd, giving us more than 15 days' notice from the time of the publication until the time of the meeting. So With that in mind, go ahead, Jim.
Yes, we had published in the News Tribune a legal notice, Oglesby Plan Commission, notice of hearing. It says, please take notice that the Oglesby Plan Commission will meet on Wednesday, January 20th, 2021 at 7 p.m. in the City Council Chambers of the City of Oglesby City Hall, 110 East Walnut Street, Oglesby, Illinois, to consider the request of RJS Investments LLC as contract purchaser to rezone certain property located in the southeast corner of Marquette Avenue and Roebuck Street in the City of Oglesby, LaSalle County, Illinois. The property in question is a vacant lot and has not been assigned a street address by the United States Postal Service. However, the property in question is located at the southeast corner of Marquette Avenue and Roebuck Street / Sunset Boulevard in the City of Oglesby, LaSalle County, Illinois. The legal description for the property is as follows. Lot 5 and 6 in Heritage Field Subdivision, First Edition, according to the plat thereof recorded December 6, 1995 as document number 95-17600 in Plat Cabinet E, pages 90 and 91 in the City of Oglesby, except the coal and minerals and the right to mine and remove the same, situated in LaSalle County, Illinois, PIN numbers 1826-404, 042 and 1826-414, 043. RJS Investments LLC seeks to amend the zoning of this the zoning of this property from its current B3 General Residential District classification to a B2 Community Retail and Service District classification under the provisions of the Oglesby, Illinois Land Development Code. Any individuals desiring to present testimony to the Oglesby Plan Commission may appear at this hearing and testify in person, or any interested individuals may submit written comments to the Oglesby Plan Commission, care of the Oglesby City Clerk's Office, 110 East Walnut Street, Oglesby, Illinois, 61348, prior to 4 p.m. On the date of the scheduled hearing. Aaron, I'm assuming no written comments were received, is that correct? Okay. Just as some background for the members of the Plan Commission, I may be just repeating what I put in my letter to you. When the Illinois legislature passed the legislation allowing for medical cannabis, the Illinois legislature put certain setback requirements into the state legislation. One of those requirements was that no medical cannabis cultivation facility, which would be GTI, here in Oglesby, can be located within 2,500 feet from a property zoned residential. I think you'll hear in the testimony this evening, GTI is interested in purchasing the real estate between GTI's current facility and the Love's truck stop here in Oglesby for further expansion. In order to do that, that would put them within 2,470 some feet, Jim?
It'd be 2,426 feet away.
2,426 feet away from the lot which RJS Investments has purchased, or has agreed to purchase, and you'll hear in the testimony that the purchase has closed. They now have title to it. So the purchaser is requesting that we rezone this property commercial, which then would allow in the future the potential purchase and expansion of the GTI facility. In case anyone is wondering, the state statute refers to 2,500 feet of property zoned residential. There is a farm home of, Ken, can you help me?
Bill Seneca.
Of Bill Seneca that is located within 2,500 feet. However, that home is outside the corporate limits of the City of Oglesby and is zoned agricultural under the LaSalle County zoning ordinance. So by virtue of the way the state statute is written, that property is okay. And I would also, because this gets kind of confusing, a couple of years ago, the Plan Commission met to adopt special use rules and setback rules for recreational cannabis facilities. And if you would compare that section of our zoning ordinance, you would find that the restrictions, I think, are only 1,500 feet. And the reason we could do that is because the legislation allowing for recreational cannabis didn't contain the same restrictions, this 2,500 feet restriction, as the legislation the Illinois legislature adopted when they passed the medical cannabis. So with that background, that's kind of why we're here tonight, and we can just wait for a presentation by the petitioners. Anyone who's going to give any testimony, Plan Commission, do you want to be sworn? You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this Plan Commission will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay.
Okay, before we start, Jim, is there anything from the engineering viewpoint that you want to add to Jim's opening comments?
Well, I can tell you that these lots are adjacent to commercial properties already. Parcels to the south that St. Margaret's Clinic is on is zoned commercial. The parcels to the west across Marquette Street are zoned commercial, so it's already a commercial area.
There are 3 lots there, is that correct?
There are 3 lots.
And 2 are being rezoned,
Correct.
request for rezoning, and the third one separates these 2 lots from the multifamily.
Correct.
Okay,
Right.
you understand all that?
And if the map is, I researched it today, there is a little finger of commercial that cuts between that third lot and that existing residential building.
Oh, that road that comes?
Yeah,
through?
because the St. Margaret's property and the people next to St. Margaret's, they have access to
The Illini Bank.
the Illini Bank driveway thing. That there's 2 parcels going up, make a connection to Sunset, so
Oh, okay, so that road is zoned business
zone business.
already,
Right.
okay.
Jim and Scott pointed out, we probably should have made all 3 commercial, because if we bought the 2.5 acres to the south, right, east of St. Margaret's, and it would round it off, would square it off.
Yeah, but the question really is, now you're closer to the residential 2-family, and you got more people that have to be notified that there's gonna be a change in zoning,
Right,
correct?
right.
Now that we provided all
So that buffer zone might
No, no.
be to your,
For the future, we're talking, we're talking 2 different
yeah,
things.
so that buffer that you have right now might be beneficial to this whole petition.
Right, I think you might have to identify 2 more property owners with that one, but with these 2, we're fine with the people we.
You've double-checked, everybody has been notified.
Right, okay. So all the legal requirements have been met, the engineering review
Yes.
has been met. Okay, go ahead, Scott, if you'd like to represent,
Scott Schweiker, I'm an attorney for RGS Investments. Like Attorney Andriani said, there's 2 lots here, there are lots 5 and 6 in Ridgefield subdivision. We're requesting rezoning from R3 General Residence District to B2 Community Retail and Service District. It's with respect to the city's zoning map amendments, review and approval criteria. It's consistent with the existing uses, zoning of nearby property. It shares approximately 365 feet of frontage. The property that's also zoned B2 Community Retail and Service District. To the west, you have ex-gas station. To the south, you have the St. Margaret's Health Clinic property. And these lots, since the subdivision plat was recorded, have remained undeveloped. And so, if anything, this rezoning will increase the property values nearby and encourage future development. And then it also separates this part of the area from across the street to the north. Sunset Boulevard across the street. The residential is separated by the street there, so they'll act as a buffer as well. And the purpose of the petition obviously is to encourage the expansion of GTI to the north, which will be a huge benefit to the city, bring new jobs, and
Well, that may be the goal. The whole purpose of the discussion here is whether or not that property being rezoned commercial is any problem. And having no objections, either written at this point, I would ask that any of the Plan Commission members have any questions, to go ahead and ask them now.
No, I only
Can-
have the one.
Can I just insert, because I should have mentioned this in my introductory remarks, and I'll make it part of the record. Mr. Schweikert emailed to me this afternoon a deed, because I had asked them, do you have a letter from the property owner, saying that
Right.
they support the zoning? And actually, they closed on January 4th, so RJS Investments is
Is the
the owner,
property
and
owner.
I'll make that part of the stuff I prepare and submit to the city council. But I should have mentioned that before, and I did. Apologize.
Yeah, I found it a little strange that the owner wasn't requesting the zoning change.
They wouldn't do it.
Well, but it's just,
The only reason, the only reason we bought it, I'll tell you, they needed a lower electrical rate, and everybody worked on it, we got it done. We own the land, I own a little bit of it, between Love's and GTI. And if, honestly, if we had GTI here, they have lawyers everywhere, and they're a huge company. So I said, I'll just buy with my group. RJS is Rooney, Janko, and Sickley. Mike Rooney is an optometrist, and Dave's a builder. We went to high school together. So we've known each other since 1969. We started buying real estate, and it's parlayed into something good. We got a pretty good deal on the lots. I honestly think it's gonna be hard. Businesses right now are not doing much. We are selling some lots, residential, we're selling them off cheap. But we bought this reasonably expensive. Whether the community will accept it, if we do try to rezone the other, it's up to you guys, but it probably would make sense to square it off. But, that's up to you guys. And
that's not under question today. though.
No, but I
So-
probably should have done that. I haven't been up to this stuff lately, but we only bought it because we thought it'd be a hell of a lot easier. You go through a big corporation, it would take forever. And, they're talking about getting it in the spring. This will be the first of, 3 more expansions, they tell me. So hopefully it will. And without the city's cooperation on the electricity, we'd never get it. Honestly, I don't know anything in Illinois building anything for factories.
Rich, do you have any questions?
So, we do go ahead and rezone this, do they have something they wanna put there right now?
No.
No, we don't at all. We just bought it to make this work. We got the lots pretty cheap. And, if you buy something cheap, something will work out. I don't see many businesses coming in anywhere right now. Hopefully, things will get better down the road. Right now, not much is happening.
Do you understand that, Rich? That, if it is 2,500 feet away, it's okay to go ahead with the GTI purchasing that property north of the cannabis factory and filling that whole thing in. But if there's any residential within 2,500 feet, then there's a problem. And this is the easier way to do this, rather than trying to divide up the property and, right? Or cut off a piece of GTI's
Right.
proposed, purchase. It's just the easier way to do this.
If I understand it correctly, if we zone the lot commercial, like we're saying, they're not looking to build anything, but that'll enable them to put on a 100,000 square foot material building, or warehouse, I guess
Yeah.
you'd say.
And we honestly want to make this happen. My 2 partners don't own any part of the condo. They own like 3%.
I did talk to Steve Wasilewski, who's an engineer, and he's on our plan commission, and he didn't want to come tonight because of COVID issues, and he basically couldn't find any issues that he had with your petition. So just for the record, you might mention that.
Another thing too is, Love's is a big company, they own thousands of stuff, stores, for them to get approval, they gotta go on layer and layer and layer. So this made it a lot easier. And that's being truthful, we don't have any idea what, I would think it'd be more residential than, we could actually sell it, we probably only, today's lot costs about 70 grand for it, when you make a lot, which is crazy. But we're buying it for 7,500, probably sell it. But now that it's commercial, it might be more difficult.
Oh, maybe it's a question for.
This is a different one?
But,
Yeah.
in the future, if, no development comes to these rezoned lots, and the expansion happens, I
Oh.
would think that it would be grandfathered in and could be rezoned back to
Thank you.
residential, no problem.
That would require another hearing, that's all.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Are there any, Karen? Hi. Karen Watson? We've had just to bring you up to date real quick, Karen, we've had a presentation on their request to change the zoning from residential right now, which is multifamily for that property. The two lots that are sitting on the corner right north of the medical clinic, the St. Margaret's Clinic, the two lots that are on the corner and the one east. And that's within 2,500 feet of the corner of it is within 2,500 feet of the proposed property that the cannabis people want to purchase north of their factory to Love's. And according to state statute, you can't put in a cannabis, anything related to recreation.
Cultivation.
Cultivation.
Medical cannabis cultivation has to be 2,500 square feet,
No.
lineal feet, excuse me, away from the nearest residentially zoned property.
And that corner lot is closer than 2,500 feet by about, what, 60 or 70 feet?
75 feet.
So the easiest way for this to accomplish is to change the zoning, or the petition is to change the zoning from residential to commercial, because there's nothing in the state statute that would prevent them from taking that property for the cannabis manufacturer within 2,500 feet of commercial property.
And this is actually so GTI can build 100,000 square foot warehouse on their property out there.
Just out of
If it sounds
curiosity,
confusing, I like it.
out of curiosity, I thought they were making recreational out there.
They are.
They are, just so we're clear, they are making both,
Oh,
but
okay.
they don't want to give up their medical license, and that's what they have a medical license, and because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think because they have a medical license, they were kind of grandfathered in for the recreational. But they don't want to lose their medical license, and that would become a problem if they were within the 2,500 feet.
I think they need to retain the medical license to provide medical,
Cannabis.
distribution.
I think also they got grandfathered in as
Well,
a
they were
grower.
First in line to get
Well, they were.
Right.
licenses as
Could be-
medical dispensary.
Yeah.
Okay, there are two reviews that I made. One, in the Land Development Code, which is our code for zoning and all things related to that. And I could see no other issues in our Land Development Code.
Yeah, I didn't see.
And I reviewed this request relative to our comprehensive plan for the city, and there are no problems with with this change of zoning relative to our comprehensive plan. So there's really no issues or concerns with the two guiding documents for our city. Are there any other comments that anybody wants to make? Questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to make a recommendation to the city council that the zoning be changed from R3 to B2 for the two lots in question.
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Rick Regazio. Is there a second? Second by Rich Greening. Is there any further discussion? If not, call for the vote.
Rivara,
Aye.
Kleinert,
Aye.
Greening,
Aye.
Regazio,
Aye.
Watson, Decek.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion carried. We'll make that recommendation to the council. Council will be meeting on Monday, is that correct?
No, they won't meet, they have first.
February 1st.
Yeah, first Monday,
February
first
1st.
Monday in February is the
So
next
this
meeting.
petition will go to the council on February 1st.
We really appreciate it, and they told me this, they're gonna have 3 more additions fairly quickly, so hopefully, I won't be able to make it February 1st, I have a medical appointment I can't miss, so that's our.
That shouldn't be an issue.
With that,
Motion to
Please.
adjourn?
there's no other business brought before the council or the commission. Motion to adjourn by Clenard,
Second.
seconded by Rivara. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, you can stay here if you want.
Thanks.
Thanks, thanks. Scott, thank you very much.
There's one more thing Jim didn't mention about the recreational. Our recreational ordinance says